Once upon a time, there was a young man named Jack who believed that the key to a happy life was to constantly seek out happiness. He chased after every fleeting pleasure and experience, believing that they would bring him lasting joy. One day, Jack met an old man named Henry, who had lived a long and fulfilling life. Henry asked Jack what he was searching for, and Jack replied that he was seeking happiness. Henry chuckled and said, "You know, the greatest happiness you can have is knowing that you do not necessarily require happiness." Jack was confused. "What do you mean?" he asked. Henry explained, "Happiness is not something that you can constantly chase after and expect to find. True happiness comes from within, and it often arises when we least expect it. By constantly seeking happiness, you are actually setting yourself up for disappointment and frustration." At first, Jack didn't quite understand what Henry was saying, but as he thought about it more and more, he began to see the truth in Henry's words. He realized that he had been so focused on finding happiness that he had neglected other aspects of his life, such as his relationships and personal growth. Over time, Jack began to shift his focus away from the pursuit of happiness and towards living a more fulfilling life. He spent more time with loved ones, pursued new hobbies and interests, and took time to reflect on his own values and goals. And through it all, he found that true happiness did indeed emerge from within. In the end, Jack came to understand the wisdom of Henry's words. He realized that happiness was not something that could be found outside of himself, but rather something that he could cultivate within. And with that understanding came a sense of peace and contentment that he had never experienced before.